What is going on, everyone? And once again, as always, welcome back to my channel. So before we kick things off right quick, I just want to say right quick, I know I've been gone for some time now, but it's because I caught a cold, and that cold progressively got worse over time, and I ended up eventually catching a head cold. So my head was hurting really bad. I actually attempted to make a video while I had a head cold, but when I actually tried to put the headphones on to listen to the video, I'm not gonna lie, if I would have tried to go through that video, I think my brain would have been turned into jelly. That's how bad my head was hurting because of that cold. And then, like, as of right now, I'm just now starting to come down off of my cold. So my head stopped hurting, but I still have a hard time hearing. Like I'm about a good 75% like good as far as like my hearing. Like I'm very congested right now. I got the sniffles, obviously, and I have some lingering coughs that still occur from time to time. So if you notice me like putting some cuts here and there in the video, that's either because I'm talking about something unnecessary, or I started coughing up a lung and I didn't want you guys to see that shit. So that's why, as far as like where I've been, I've just been at home trying to rest up and shit, because I couldn't go to work because I had a cold and all that. Because of this whole COVID business, they couldn't, take the risk. This is going to be Dark Fives video, obviously, like I said, my favorite channel. And this is going to be 5 creepy CCTV mysteries caught on tape. Obviously, you know what CCTV videos are. They're videos that are captured by like cameras that's like up on the ceiling and shit like that. Like you walk into a gas station, you see a camera, or you walk into a school or any type of government building or stuff like that. They have cameras up in the corners and stuff like that. That's what a CCTV video is. And also, I think I might have said before, well, this is pertaining ghosts. Well, what I'm about to talk about, and this is a whole different thing. This is just mysteries. We don't even know what they, involve yet. So let's just go ahead and hop into this and see what this has to offer us. Platinum Man. At 11 p.m. on September 12, 1987, security guard Dale Kerstetter clocked in for a shift at the Corning Glassworks plant. But when another guard arrived to relieve Dale the next morning, Dale was gone, along with $250,000 worth of platinum pipe. The manager noted that whoever stole the platinum must have been familiar with the floor plan and knew exactly where to go. That sounds like an inside job to me. The police also found Dale's truck parked in the plant lot with the keys still in the ignition and a day pack sitting on the seat. This feels like an inside job. Let's learn a little bit more. It certainly looked as though Dale's disappearance had not been premeditated, but security tapes tell a murkier story. The plot thickens. Seen here in this grainy footage from the night before, a masked man was lurking around this area behind the plants. So he was waiting. He was waiting for this shit to pop off. Eventually, Dale emerged from his post and appeared to meet the masked man before they re-entered the plant together. Okay, so my thing is, do they have actual footage inside the plant, or is it just outside? Because if they have any inside, then they could determine whether Dale was the one who, well, more than likely Dale was the one. I mean, the mystery is whether he was involved, or well, let's just see. It is not known if the two left the scene together, and police have been unable to determine what really happened that night. Was Dale forced into aiding in a robbery under duress and his disappearance linked to his role as in... I'm sorry, I'm reading this wrong. Was Dale forced into aiding in a robbery under duress and his disappearance linked to his role as an eyewitness to the crime? He has never been seen again, leaving it a total mystery if he escaped with the pipe himself or if he met an untimely demise. That's kind of a, I don't know. Okay, so that's basically what they're trying to figure out here, is whether he participated in stealing these pipes willingly or not. Honestly, I mean, it could be a well. We can go back and talk about it once we watch through the rest of it. Umbrella Man. On December 8, 2000, a group of Bank of Ireland. Okay, so the name of the bank must be Bank of Ireland. Okay. On December 8, 2000, a group of Bank of Ireland employees left their office Christmas party and went out on the town in Dublin, right? I'm not trying to get that wrong. They bounced between bars, eventually ending the night at a nightclub before parting ways in the wee hours of the morning. 22-year-old Trevor Deely left the nightclub at 3:25 a.m. and began to make his way home on foot through stormy weather. Deely did not have an umbrella on hand, so he stopped by the Bank of Ireland branch where they all worked to pick one up. It is unclear exactly what happened next, but Deely never made it back home that night, and he has not been seen since. Security footage from the bank gives a glimpse into the hour after Deely left the nightclub and introduces another character. A man can be seen waiting outside the gates of the bank in the rain from 2:59 until 3:34 a.m. when Deely arrives. The man steps forward and says something to Deely, who does not seem to know him. Then Deely opens the gate and steps inside. While inside, Deely makes a call to a friend and leaves a message which the friend later recalled was routine and cheery. Deely is then seen leaving the bank and walking on Haddington Road at 4:14 a.m., his last known location. Man, dude, this shit is so interesting. "30 seconds after Deely walks out of the frame towards his home, a mysterious unidentified man in dark clothing follows him. Police believe this to be the same person who was waiting outside the bank and likely involved in Deely's strange disappearance. Like I said, we'll talk all about it once this video ends here. York resident Claudia Lawrence disappeared on the night of March 18, 2009 after leaving the campus where she worked as a chef. Lawrence called her parents while walking home that night, making Mother's Day plans, then texted a friend. The text was sent at 8:23 p.m. and was the last known communication before Lawrence went missing. Her case was investigated extensively, stretching as far as the island of Cyprus, where Lawrence was known to have what? Wait, hold on. Her case was investigated extensively, stretching as far as the island of Cyprus, where Lawrence was known to have what? I mean, whatever. But new security footage unearthed from that night hints that whatever happened to Lawrence took place close to home. This CCTV camera is covering Hemworth. I don't know why. Hemworth. Why would I say that? This CCTV camera is covering Heworth Place, a winding street that leads the rear of Lawrence's house. I think winding. In the footage, a person in dark clothing is seen walking around the shadows of Heworth Place towards Lawrence's home. This shadowy figure disappears out of frame for a few minutes, then reappears carrying a bag over their shoulder. They walk down I want to keep saying Heworth. Oh, yeah, Heworth. Heworth in the opposite direction. Then it stops suddenly to avoid being seen as another person walks by. Yeah, that's some sketchy shit. Yeah, that's some sketchy ass shit. This figure has never been ID'd, and while several people have been arrested in connection with Lawrence's disappearance. Wait, every suspect has eventually been released without charges, and the events of the night remain unsolved to this day. Family TRANCE. Oh, this might be a good one. The Jamison family appeared from the outside to be living a normal life at their home in Eufaula, Oklahoma. But on October 8, 2009, Bobby Dale, Sherilyn, and their daughter Madison got in their family truck and disappeared. The truck was found days later parked on the side of the road in Latimer County, an hour's drive from their home. Inside, police found the Jamisons' wallet, IDs, and phones, as well as their dog, alive but malnourished in the back seat. Whatever made the Jamisons pull over and get out, it did not seem that they intended to be outside the vehicle for long. Police also found $32,000 in cash stashed away in the truck, money they suspected was intended either for buying or selling drugs. But I don't know about that, because if they had $32,000 with the intention of buying drugs, then it wouldn't be in the truck, especially if you suspected that they got out of the truck with the intention on coming back to the truck. So if they were buying drugs, then that money wouldn't be stashed away in the truck. But that's just, my opinion on it. But many unknowns in the case linger, such as this surveillance tape found by police and taken outside the Jamison home. I might know about this one. The family is seen packing up. Okay, yes, I think I've depending on how this story ends up ending up as, I don't know if this family's remains have been found or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this particular video on another channel that talked about this same thing. It says the family is seen packing up their belongings, calmly going back and forth between the house and the truck as if in a trance. Yeah, I remember this, because they were saying that it was possible that while they were packing up and doing all the stuff that they were doing here in this video, they were possibly on drugs at this given time. So But see, that's also the thing about this. The fact that we can only see them in intervals, we can't really tell if they're walking around as if in a trance. Like, we're only seeing the video in intervals. I need to see like the actual video of these people like actually moving about. Like I said, in intervals, like all we're seeing is like a good, like, what is it, like 1, 2, 3 second intervals and shit. So you can't really tell if they're walking around in a trance or not. But anyway, that's just my opinion on it. But it was revealed that prior to the disappearance, Bobby Dale had claimed to his pastor that their home I'm sorry, I just have to keep reading this just to make sure I'm not the one fucking up, that their home was haunted by ghosts. A satanic Bible was found in the house. Oh my goodness. Bought by Sherilyn, and Bobby's mother told police they could have been involved in the cult. Oh man. What was the real reason for the family's quick exit? The initially straightforward case is still unsolved and shrouded in mystery. Oh wow, so this family was never even found. Purple Bag Man. On June 12, 2009, an unknown man arrived via bus in the coastal Irish town of Sligo, carrying a black bag and a suitcase. I'm assuming he meant bag. He took a taxi to a hotel, checking in under the name Peter Bergman, paying in cash and giving an address in Austria. I'm sorry. Over the next 2 days, the man is captured on security cameras all over Sligo, engaging in inexplicable behavior. He is seen repeatedly leaving the hotel with a visibly full purple plastic bag, then returning with the bag empty. Oh my goodness. He had been methodically dumping out the contents, likely personal belongings of some effect, in hidden places all over the town. He was also filed at the post office, buying 8 stamps, presumably to send letters that have never been recovered. By Monday, his trip would end tragically, and it would be revealed that no person named Peter Bergman ever existed. When he was found on a beach the next morning with no wallet or ID, the labels cut out of his clothing. Some suspect he may have been a spy, but his true identity and what was he getting rid of all over Sligo never been known. I'm pretty sure they meant to say has never been known. Okay, so now that we've gone through this video here, let's kind of go through this a little bit here. So, like, at this point, it's like, damn, because I'm like the only one that I know that could turn an 11-minute video into something that's like 20-30 minutes long. Like, I don't understand this shit. Like, I'm glad that I'm the type of person that takes the time out to look through these videos, like go to look at these videos and then go back through them. It's like it's a reaction / review or something. But obviously this case here, I'm sorry, I'm sitting up here clicking shit. This case here, this guy, we can't really form too much of an opinion. I mean, I need to know exactly what was the cause of death. Like, I need to understand. He was found on the beach, dead, right? And hold on. Yeah, I need to understand exactly what were the circumstances of his death. Like, I need to know, like, was it a drowning or were there injuries and stuff like that? But at the same time, it says that, he had no wallet or ID, and the labels was cut out of his clothing, and obviously that was an intentional thing. So, and it says that he was found on the beach. So it doesn't mean that he drowned. It just means that he was found dead there. So that's also a thing. Like, that's why I said I need to know what the conditions of the body was, if he was found dead on the beach, for me to really form any type of like opinion on this one here. Because the only thing that we really have from this is that he was doing a bunch of unorthodox stuff, like walking around with this bag and dumping off stuff here and there in different parts of the town, and that he what else did he do? He bought a bunch of stamps to send off a bunch of letters, and that he used a fake alias. They said they suspected him to be like some sort of spy or something, but I mean, that's just a speculation. That's not, an actual fact. Or, I don't know what led them to believe that that might be the case. I don't know what type of evidence they found to, make them suggest something like that. But all of it is just speculation. We don't really have any concrete stuff that we can go off of other than what we're being presented with here on this video, and that is he was dumping off stuff and he sent off some letters. They never found the stuff that he dumped off, and they never recovered the letters that he sent off, so we just don't know. This, like, all the evidence that we could have to understand exactly what was going on, none of it's been recovered or none of it's been found, so we can't really form an opinion on this. So trust me, because if I'm pretty sure you noticed a cut between me at the last part of the video and me starting back up on this one here, and that's because I had to take some time out to really form an opinion on some of these here, because that's the thing about mysteries. The circumstances surrounding these cases is so bizarre, so weird, and so vague that you can't really like form my opinion is well thought out, but you can't really form a conclusion or a possible conclusion to what could have happened, because you're presented with very vague information, or a lack of evidence to have you like form any type of opinion. I'm sorry I'm spending so much time talking about this particular case, but that's just what's frustrating about this particular one. I'm dumbfounded. I can't even form the opinion that I want, because I know so little about what could have possibly happened. Okay, so we are going to be here with the Jameson family. So there's a couple of things here. One, well, not a couple of things, but the main thing about this that kind of struck a little bulb in my head, right? And that was her mother. Well, what's her name? Shirley. Her mother saying that she was a part of a cult, or may have been a part of a cult due to her, I think, having a book on Satanism. Okay, it says a satanic Bible. Okay, a satanic Bible was found in the house bought by Sherilyn and Bobby's mother. Okay, so it's not Sherilyn's mother, but Bobby's mother. Told police that they had been involved in a cult. Okay, so this has some evidence here that's kind of like, that suggests that there's probably some cult activity going on here, because like I said, the way that they found the car, and they found all of their belongings in there, and the dog was in there malnourished. Malnourished means that dog was basically in there with no type of food or water or anything like that. That motherfucker was starving and dying of dehydration. So my thing is that if they would go through the trouble of packing up their dog and bringing $32,000 worth of cash and all that stuff, just to disappear, that means that they had intentions of coming back to their car, but they never made it back to their car. So something happened. I'm not going to say it's a drug deal, but because they would have probably. Well, see, this is another hard thing to really understand what happened, because there's no bodies or anything, like they're just missing. There's no bodies that's been recovered or anything like that. So we can't say that, oh, they got robbed for all of their shit. So we can indicate like, okay, there maybe the people did like kill them and steal some shit off of them, but just didn't get to the car and they just left. But at the same time, if you're going off to somewhere that's secluded and you kill somebody, of course you would want to go back to their car to see if there's some shit in there to take whatever is in there that might be valuable too. This shit is interesting because it's just a lot of elements within this case that they talk about. Like, you have Bobby talking about claiming that their home was haunted by ghosts, but the thing is that there's speculation that these people were on drugs. Let's see, was there any speculation on that, or was it just in that other video that they said it was talking about drugs and stuff? Okay, so they didn't talk about anything about drugs. They just said that they appear to be as if in a trance. So it doesn't say anything about drugs. Okay, so when I looked at this particular video on another channel, they said that it appeared that they were on drugs. So we don't know if they were on drugs or not. We just know that they were walking around in a trance-like state. So yeah, he said that, their home was haunted by ghosts, and that Bobby's mother said that they were in a cult. So there's a lot of elements here that suspect that all this shit is probably related to each other. Like, they probably started getting into that satanic worship stuff, and they probably got paranoid. I don't know. It's just so much stuff that's just so like interesting about these cases. Like it doesn't matter what opinion that I form on this stuff. There's always more to the story than what I know, because we are not the people who got who went missing. So it's as far as what Bobby said. Bobby's mother said, and what Bobby's pastor told police, and talking about the Satanic Bible and all that stuff. We only know what the police knows. We don't know what's going on with them personally. It's so much to this story. I'm gonna look into this one to see if there's more to this, because this video did come out like a couple of years ago, so there might be like an update on this case. Okay, so this one here, there is a strong possibility that this guy has something to do with, I think her name was Lawrence. So Claudia Lawrence. So she was leaving the campus. Okay, she left the campus and she walked home, and there was a guy who was being real sketchy around her place where she lived. So it's a good possibility that this guy probably seen her walking back home by herself and decided to abduct her or something, because they didn't say anything about her, about them finding the body. She's obviously like disappeared. So she, without a doubt, got kidnapped. And it's just sad seeing things about people going missing, because, of course, just like, dying or being killed or anything like that, people don't wake up, expecting to get kidnapped or die later on that day. And it's, in some cases, I know for a fact that not all the people who get kidnapped gets killed. Usually they get kidnapped and they're like held as like a slave or a prisoner or something, like somewhere. For all we know, she could still be in the country but just locked up in somebody's basement and been there for years, you know. And it's just sad that, and you know, if in the case that she is not, you know, dead and she's just being held somewhere, the fact that she is there at whatever location and nobody has found her, nobody has came to her rescue yet, it leaves a very sinking feeling in my stomach that that's could possibly, you know, be, or not possibly, but it's like a 50-50 chance on, you know, if that being the case. And it's just sad that there are people out here who, you know, do things like abduct people and whatnot. That's why people gotta walk around here with their weapons on deck, because you can't predict how somebody else is going to react out. You know, you can't predict how other people are like out here in the world. You can't assume that because you're a nice person and you'll never kidnap somebody doesn't mean that, oh, the stranger out here on the street is a nice person and won't kidnap somebody. You don't know how these people are cut out here in this world, and it's just a sad thing to see that there are some people who unfortunately have to learn that, you know, from firsthand experiences. So, okay, so this one here, and that's why I hate when things happen off view from the camera, because I mean, he walks off and the guy obviously walks, well, they're assuming that this is the same guy who was waiting there at the gate, but he walks off after he walks off in the same direction and he never makes it back home. So it's a good chance that the guy who was there at that gate was probably robbed them and killed them, or, well, that's the thing, because if it was just like a robbery or something, then he probably, like, if he was robbing somebody with the intention of like killing them, he wouldn't go through the time to bury a body or something unless he knew he had the time to bury somebody's body. I don't know. I honestly don't know. This is just weird because, well, it's not even weird. It's just, there's, like, once again, there's just a lack of evidence that, you know, points to any type of conclusion to it, because all of this happened off screen and, you know, he disappeared. We didn't see a body or anything like that. So, you know, I do apologize if I can't really come up with any, you know, educated guesses on what could have possibly happened. But if there's a lack of evidence, then, you know, pretty much dead in the water. We're pretty much stumped just like the police are. Alright, so here we are on the first one. I do believe that this is an inside job because I honestly feel like the person who did this video, well, not did this video, but the person who's in this video here, I feel like it's an inside job because, let's say hypothetically there was, well, not even hypothetically, I'm pretty sure there was, but the person that was lurking around the building, we're assuming that this is an outside person, somebody who has nothing to do with the factory itself either, right? We only know that Dale was the one who worked there. We're just assuming that this person was just some outside person, right? So how would an outside person know that there's platinum pipes in this place that can be stolen and is actually worth a good amount, you know, a good amount of money? Unless Dale himself had probably went and told somebody like, hey, we got some platinum pipes here. I want to steal these bitches and I need some help. And he went out of his way to meet this person. You know, any person who's working a job like that would have, like, if they would have felt like this dude was being sketchy. I mean, is this guy like a security guard or something? Like, what is he? Okay, yeah, security guard. If he's a security guard, and then, you know, all of a sudden, like, some outside person knows, like, because when something like that happens, well, I mean, I guess it's possible that he probably went to confront this person, and then once he confronted them, that's when the person was like, okay, you know, like, he probably had like a weapon or something on him. It was like, okay, now we're gonna go steal this shit, and you know, you're going to come with me because you're a witness. So it's possible that that could have happened. It seems like an inside job, but there is the possibility that he could have been, he could have done that against his will also. So yeah, there's a possibility of, you know, both of those, you know, if it happened in both of those type of ways, but you know, who knows. But thank you guys for watching this video with me. If you stuck around this long, man, you must really like me, because I think that this is probably like the longest video that I've ever made that was just a reaction video. But like I said, man, when I look at stuff like this, I really like to, and I guess I'm just kind of like really in the mood to really just like extensively like go through the video and give my opinion on it. Like I said, it's just an 11 and a half minute video, and I've somehow turned this into like a 30. Well, I'm not going to really know how long this video is until I start like editing the video, but you know, like I said, I do apologize if I made the video this long, but I just like going through it. And I try not to be like everybody else who react to videos, who just react to videos just for the sake of reacting to a video, but I actually like to give my opinions on the stuff that I look at, you know. So I hope you guys don't mind me doing all that stuff and taking the time out to actually go back through it instead of just reacting to it and then just tossing it aside and moving on to the next reaction video. So thank you guys for watching this video with me. I'll put the link in the description box below so you guys can check out Dark Five's original video and channel for yourselves, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.